Hi, very good evening to you. This is Darren from EnglishTuition.org. Now, in today's video, I want to talk about making comparisons. Now, some parents don't like people to make comparisons with their students or with their children. That is because making comparisons can be a source of stress. What happens if you're always comparing yourself with your neighbors and your friends, and this creates a lot of stress for the students and a lot of pressure to do well. And so much so that the Ministry of Education have taken steps and measures to remove information for the general public, so that to reduce the amount of comparisons that parents can make. For example, it used to be the case that we are able to get a list of rankings for the secondary schools, and then parents can refer to these rankings and pick a school that is suitable for their child. Okay, unfortunately, the information that's being released is not really used for that purpose. Many parents refer to the list as a source for comparing the progress of the students. Is my child in a good school? Okay, how about my neighbor's child, right? And what is the ranking of the schools? So then they become very obsessed with the rankings, which is not a good thing, right? Because we are actually feeding our Singaporean mindset, our casuism, our sense of competitiveness. Everything also must be number one. So this has a counterproductive effect on the students. So we are trying to do away with that. But then again, there are always two sides to a coin, right? When you remove the information, now parents have less information to work with. How about the group of parents who genuinely want to refer to such information to choose a school that is suitable for their child? They may say, okay, my child is of this certain caliber, and I think if they go to a slightly above average school, it will be very healthy for them, right? And if they have a list of ranking, they can shortlist the schools from there, right? Unfortunately, all that information have been removed, have been wiped off from the face of this earth, right? And parents nowadays have less information to work with. Now, obviously, parents of students who are not doing very well will be rejoicing, right? Because now nobody knows that my child is not doing well, right? Because even the MOE is encouraging behavior that does not support comparison, right? And in a few years' time, the PSLE grading system will be changed. Okay, it used to be the case that your scores is calculated based on which in a way that is relatively to your peers in the same cohort, right? But after the new changes, okay, there will not be such a case, right? So the old system makes sure that only a certain percentage of students will score A or A star, right? If they fall within a certain band, there's only a certain percentage, because their scores will be compared to their peers, right, before they are given the grade. With the new grading system, there will not be such an issue, because the grading system will really look at the merits of the exam. They will look at the actual scores, and if the child really did do well and he deserves an A or A star, then he will be given the respective grade. I think that is a good way to start, right, to avoid this peer-to-peer comparison. I think at the end of the day, we have to ask ourselves whether these changes are meaningful to us. As a tutor, I find that these changes are good to a certain extent. They are meant to make our country look very nice, very good, and we taper down our sense of competitiveness, which kind of seems to be the politically correct thing to do, right? But I think from the perspective of a tutor, these changes are not very meaningful, right? Whether you change the grading system, you do not change the grading system, at the end of the day, I will be doing the same thing. I will still be encouraging the children or the students to learn the grammar to learn their grammar rules, right? I will still be encouraging them to expand on their vocabulary, and I will still be trying to foster their reading, writing, speaking and listening skills, right? To hone their language skills. So it does not matter whether, they change the grading system or not. I think at the end of the day, my opinion is that we have to look inward into what we want to achieve, right? Instead of depending on the MOE to provide the direction for us, right? We have to set the goals for ourselves, right? Is this the path that we want to pursue, right? The motivation for doing well has to come from within. It should not, come from external sources, right? Whether the MOE make changes to the syllabus, make changes to the grading system, it's not really that much of an impact, right? Because at the end of the day, I don't care what grading system you choose, how you change the questions, the grammar rules remain the same, right? Vocab remain the same. They don't run away, or they don't change the words into something completely different overnight, right? We still have to do the groundwork. We still have to do our part to master the language. And I think that should be the approach that we should adopt. I hope you agree with me. If you do, please give the video a thumbs up. And if you do not, please let me know why you disagree with my views and leave your comments in the comment section in the video below. And I'll talk to you soon in the next video. Bye.